Penrith is a place on the move. Penrith is a town for the future. It's really becoming an innovative heart of our city of what Sydney is becoming, a global city. I think we still have that small town feel and that country environment, and our river and the Blue Mountains will always provide that for us.
We've got something that no one else has. We've got this great blend of natural landscapes as well as fantastic urban footprints. I'd argue nowhere else in Australia do you get the really unique combination of a fantastic well-defined CBD footprint, a beautiful, beautiful river, the Blue Mountains escarpment.
But you can jump on a country train and be in the city in 50 minutes. The thing that's really changed in Penrith recently has been the dining options. So we've now got some nice cafes for a good coffee. There's a wide range of restaurants. So there really is options now that we haven't had in Penrith before.
And then you get an international gateway through the Sydney Second International Airport that's being built literally 10 kilometres down the road. That's a pretty unique investment environment.
Penrith's being marketed as the adventure capital of Sydney.
I think Penrith's an incredibly exciting future. It's incredibly well located for how Western Sydney is going to develop, not over the long term in 25 or 30 years, but right now over the next 5 to 10 years.
Over the next decade or so, over 1 million people will move into the Western Sydney region. The federal government, working with the state government, has already invested $3.6 billion in just the road transport. Really, what we're seeing coming to our city is new housing, new developments. There'll be 10,000 research positions at the Sydney Science Park. First STEM school in the country will be at the Sydney Science Park in Luddenham, right next to the new Badgerys Creek Airport.
There's growth. There's growth based on the fact that we've got the job opportunities and we've got good access to the city, but the prices are affordable.
We chose Penrith purely based on affordability. Also liaising with the council, they've been very supportive. Ticks all the boxes in terms of infrastructure, employment opportunities. Penrith has a lot to offer. We've built over 15 projects in Penrith. We started our first project in 2003. Our most recent project, which is behind us, which is the first high-rise building in St Mary's.
We think the site is quite unique in that it stretches from High Street through to Barber Avenue, which means that you get dual aspect and two streetscapes, which means that the two buildings that we put on the site can have unique characters. So that meant that the High Street building had more of a civic presence, whereas at the rear you've got the Barber Avenue building, which needed to tie into a residential streetscape. So we reflected that in the architecture. The balconies that are facing towards the west, they enjoy fantastic views across the district through the Blue Mountains. On top of the Barber Avenue building, the penthouse apartments, they're quite special. They have a double-storey arrangement and they crown the building quite well. They're spanned by a feature roof, which is the signature of the Barber Avenue building. Next door to the site, there's a heritage property. Because it's heritage listed, it won't be built out in the future. So that'll preserve the views.
The location in High Street is unique. There hasn't been any real development in the CBD fringes, so for us the CBD's looking to be revitalised.
I think that the lifestyle that will come from living in the development will be quite unique depending on which building you choose to live in. As a resident, you can choose to have a nice southerly aspect which is a little bit quieter, or you can go big and bold and live in the more civic High Street address.
Devcon Partners is very excited to team up with the Steiner Group. The positives of that is we're going to have two qualified active builders developing our next project, which we're very proud of.
Steiner's role in this project is to deliver a high quality product on time. We're delivering a high-end product with shadow line, stone benches, floor to ceiling tiles, wall hung vanities, 2.7 metre ceilings.
We've worked with Devcon and the Steiner Group now for the last 15 or 20 years. What makes it exciting for us is they're both hands-on builders.
Everything we do, we're hands-on. It's been a family business. We ensure that everything that's got to get done does get done, so get done properly as well.
In Parramatta, most two-bedroom units are now selling from $800,000. In Penrith, they're starting from $480,000. So we believe that there's real value in the market when you compare it to what other suburbs are achieving in the current market. We've literally seen investors coming from the eastern suburbs, the North Shore, and they're all being driven by the excitement around the infrastructure programs that have been introduced to the area. DevCon and Estina will be on the ground every day, making sure that the units are delivered as promised, as in the plans.
Both our knowledge, experience is going to be put together to develop this project.
Penrith's just a great area to live because it's got everything. It's got the ideal lifestyle for families, there's plenty of parkland, there's exceptional schools.
So if you really want to look at jobs for your children, jobs for the future, if you want to see a town that's going to invest and a town that's going to have the workforce to support innovative new companies, then Penrith is definitely the place to be.
I think it's an incredibly optimistic place. I think it's a place that you want to get in now before it really gets crowded out.